So we all know that RAM right now is crazy. $50 for 8 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, it's crazy. So we're gonna be testing out the RAM in this video. First of all, we're gonna test out 16 gigabytes of RAM, DDR4 of course. And then we're gonna also test out 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is like $50 cheaper. To find out one specific thing, is RAM really that important? That's DDR2 or DDR400. So let me talk about my PC specs. I have a RX 570 Ryzen 5 3600 and we're gonna test out 8 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, single channel and 2 channel 16 gigabytes of RAM. Start up, we're gonna test out 16 gigabytes of RAM. I'm gonna be testing out Minecraft and Fortnite, and for each one I'll test it out with no background stuff, and then I will play 4K videos at the same time in the background, and we'll see how it does on 16 gigabytes of RAM and 8 gigabytes of RAM. So here we are on my PC, and today we're gonna be testing it out on 8 gigabytes of RAM, but of course we have to test it out on 16 first, so that's what we're gonna do now. So here we are in Minecraft. I'm using quite a lot of different settings. First, these 3 research specs, then we also have shaders. These are set to low, and of course I have sodium. All the settings are gonna be exactly the same. A bit of stutters, 80-75 FPS. We'll see if we'll lower the FPS by any bit. So now I'm gonna load up 4K videos. 4K videos are trying to run at the same time, and now we dipped in, let's say, lower 70s, so not that big of a difference, but I think there's gonna be a big difference when we go to 8 gigabytes of RAM. I think it's time to test out now Fortnite before we test out 8 gigabytes of RAM. So we got a chest right here, doesn't really matter. What is this? It's working pretty great. So we're getting around 80 FPS. We're just gonna speed run through all of this. So we're getting 80 FPS, around 80 FPS. Now I'm just gonna play all of these 4K videos. So yeah. So now we are down to pretty much the same. I don't know why am I playing the videos. I guess we're getting like 5 less FPS with 4K videos, so I think it's gonna be a bigger difference when we get to 8 gigabytes of RAM, and I think that's the thing that we gotta do next. So let's go to 8 gigabytes of RAM. So 16 gigabytes of RAM did perform pretty well. Now it's time to go to 8 gigabytes of RAM. To make sure that my PC doesn't lag in each of the tests, I used Notrix to optimize my PC, which is an optimizing tool that I made, and it's pretty good, not gonna lie. If you wanna check out the full video on it, right here, and you can use Notrix 20 to get it just for $8 for a license key. That means for lifetime. So here we are now back on the PC, and as you can see here, I took one RAM out, so now we get 8 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. So we're gonna try out Minecraft. It's gonna be tough. So now we're getting 40, 30, 60, 70, 72, 72. Oh, it's starting to lag a bit. I don't know why is it stuttering so much, but the FPS is so good. Like, it's stuttering. Oh, now we're good. I'd say the same FPS on 8 gigabytes of RAM. But the test that we're gonna test out is if we play 4K videos. We drop down to 70 FPS, 70, 60, 68, 66. Okay, that's a pretty big difference. 40, it's stuttering like crazy. Okay, that's where the RAM is struggling. Oh, that's a big difference. That's a big no-no. Let's not waste more time on Minecraft, and now let's go to Fortnite and test out with only 8 gigabytes of RAM on Fortnite. How does it do? So I accidentally muted myself once again, but just to clear out everything. We got the same settings but with 8 gigabytes of RAM, and right now in Fortnite, as you can see up there, we're getting around 75 to 80 FPS ish. That's basically the exact same FPS that we got with 16 gigabytes of RAM. Turning on all 4K videos, we are now getting a 60 FPS, so 60 50 FPS, which is a pretty big difference, not gonna lie. Conclusion time: is 8 gigabytes of RAM any good? If you're not playing, if you don't play any background apps, I mean, no Spotify, no YouTube, no stream, no Twitch, anything, it's pretty much the same. But if you play 2 background videos, 1 live stream and Spotify, you're gonna see a lot of FPS drops and stutters. So let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure to watch this video that's on the screen now, and see you in the next one.